It is an annual rite of spring, bringing with it excitement and emotion that can be found in no other sporting event. The NCAA tournament. The wait is finally over, the brackets are ready, and the drama of March Madness is about to begin. Hello everyone, I'm Greg Gumbel, and this is the NCAA Championship Basketball Selection Show, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. Joining me at the anchor desk, as always, my partner, Clark Kellogg. We're all set to show you the seedings and pairings, so get out your bracket sheet, get those pencils ready. Here are the basics. Of the 65 available tournament bids, 31 are automatically given to conference champions. The tournament committee hands out the remaining 34 bids on an at-large basis. An opening round game will take place on Tuesday night to narrow the field to 64 teams. But before we unveil the brackets for this season, here's a look at the final top 25 media poll of the season. There's one big change you'll notice in the ranking. A new team has made the top 25 this week. The Oklahoma Sooners debut in the poll as the number 25 team. Poll voters have had their say in the national ranking since November. The time has come to hand over the reins to the selection committee. And that puts a cap on the final top 25 poll of the year. It's time to talk about the topic that has a lot of players and coaches holding their breath right now, the NCAA tournament bubble. These are the 10 teams that aren't worried as much about where they'll be playing as if they'll be playing. Clark, who jumps out at you there?
The Iowa Hawkeyes could have sealed their invitation with a better regular season finish. But the fact is they play in a very tough conference, and that does weigh heavily in their favor.
You're right about that, and there are plenty of teams in the same boat with them.
The Villanova Wildcats had the chance to set themselves apart from the rest of the bubble team, but they never could get over that hump and guarantee themselves a spot.
I'm sure it's been a long week for those teams, but the wait's almost over. The NCAA Selection Committee has finished its meeting, and we're ready to unveil the top 4 seeds in this year's tournament. The Washington Huskies are the top overall seed, and they will play in the Charlotte Regional. They begin the tournament as the dominant team in college basketball. They've been ranked #1 in the media poll for the past 5 weeks. We'll soon find out if they can live up to their billing. On to the second #1 seed, who will play in the San Antonio Regional. The Illinois Fighting Illini are seeking their second NCAA championship in school history. The Duke Blue Devils are our third #1 seed, and they'll play in the Minneapolis Regional. They're back in the tournament again, and no doubt they'll be feeding off the experience of last year's appearance as they try to get to the Final Four this year. And finally, our fourth #1 seed will play in the Atlanta Regional. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are in the tournament field as a #1 seed for the first time in the history of their program. Now, here's how the brackets shape up based on where the #1 seeds have been assigned. First up, we take a look at the Charlotte Regional. The Washington Huskies are the top seed, finishing at 27-3. In the Pac-10, they will take on the winner of the opening round play-in game between the Idaho State Bengals with 14 wins and the High Point Panthers from the Big South. And now the #8 seed, the Washington State Cougars, come into the tournament on the strength of a third-place finish in their conference regular season and were losers in their first game at their conference tournament. They're going to play the #9 seed, the Niagara Purple Eagle, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 24-6. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights enter the field as the #4 seed from the Big Ten. This will be their 8th appearance in the NCAA tournament in team history. They'll be getting ready to face the #13 seed, the San Jose State Spartans. Finished the season with 18 wins. They're the regular season champion from the Ivy League. The Baylor Bears come in as the #5 seed, finishing at 20-10. And they will take on the 12th seed, the Towson Tigers, from the Colonial Athletic Association, with 18 wins. Next up is the #2 seed, the Texas Longhorns, are the regular season champion from the Big 12. They'll be going up against the #15 seed, the Wagner Seahawks, with 18 wins. This marks their 4th appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. Our #7 seed is from Conference USA, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, who were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the #10 seed, the Miami Hurricanes, who were 8th in their conference, finishing at 20-11. The North Carolina Tar Heels are in as the #3 seed. They'll be taking on the #14 seed, the Golden Panthers of Florida International, with 15 wins. The Oklahoma Sooners are in as the #6 seed. They'll be taking on the #11 seed, the New Mexico Lobos, with 22 wins. The This bracket has the potential to give us a sensational matchup in the regional final if everything goes according to form and the top two seeds can survive the early rounds. Next up, we'll take a look at the San Antonio Regional. The Illinois Fighting Illini are the top seed, finishing at 29-4. In the Big Ten, they'll take on the Duquesne Dukes, the number 16 ranked team. This marks their 7th appearance in the NCAA tournament in team history. The Oregon State Beavers are in as the number 8 seed. They'll be taking on the number 9 seed, the St. Louis Billikens, with 22 wins. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets come in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 26-8. They'll take on the 13th seed, the Bucknell Bison, from the Patriot League, with 19 wins. The Aggies of Texas A&M enter the field as the number 5 seed from the SEC. This is their 12th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. They'll be getting ready to face the number 12 seed, the Nevada Wolfpack, finished the season with 20 wins. They're the tournament champions from the WAC. Our number 2 seed is from the Pac-10. The USC Trojans have a tremendous year that included a regular season championship. They're going to play the number 15 seed, the Gardner-Webb Bulldogs, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 16-13. Next up is the number 7 seed. The Houston Cougars have established themselves as one of the best teams from Conference USA. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Rhode Island Rams, with 25 wins. This will be their 11th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. The Virginia Cavaliers are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Mean Green of North Texas, with 19 wins. And now the number 6 seed, the North Carolina State Wolfpack, come into the tournament 5th in their conference during the regular season and were quarterfinalists in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Connecticut Huskies, who were 5th in their conference, finishing at 20-11. What a tremendous regional final. On to our 3rd bracket of the day. Let's take a look at the Minneapolis region. The Duke Blue Devils are the top seed, finishing at 30-4. In the ACC, they'll take on the Lamar Cardinals, the number 16 ranked team. This marks their 7th appearance all time in the NCAA tournament. Our number 8 seed is from the SEC. The Syracuse Orange were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They're going to play the number 9 seed, the Seton Hall Pirates, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 21-10. The Michigan State Spartans enter the field as the number 4 seed from the Big Ten. This will be their 29th appearance all time in the NCAA tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 13 seed, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Finished the season with 18 wins. They're the tournament champions from the West Coast Conference. The Massachusetts Minutemen are in as the number 5 seed. They'll be taking on the number 12 seed, the Long Beach State 49ers, with 24 wins. The LSU Tigers are in as the number 2 seed. They'll be taking on the number 15 seed, the Hawaii Warriors, with 20 wins. Next up is the number 7 seed. The Southern Miss Golden Eagles are the conference tournament and regular season champions from the Missouri Valley Conference. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights, with 22 wins. This will be their 8th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. And now the number 3 seed, the Louisville Cardinals, come into the tournament as the 4th place team in their conference during the regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 14 seed, the Prairie View Panthers, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 20-9. The Buffalo Bulls come in as the number 6 seed, finishing at 24-8. And they take on the 11th seed, the Oregon Ducks, from the Pac-10, with 18 wins. It's the first question every Selection Sunday: which is the toughest bracket? Well, this bracket looks to me like it wins that prize this year. Not only are the top seeds strong, the lower seeds can be dangerous as well. And finally, the Minnesota Golden Gophers are the top seed, finishing at 29-5. In the Big 12, they'll take on the Western Michigan Broncos, the number 16 ranked team. This is their 6th appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. Next up is the number 8 seed, the Colorado Buffaloes, have established themselves as one of the best teams from the Big East. They'll be going up against the number 9 seed, the Purdue Boilermakers, with 21 wins. They return once more to the very familiar surroundings of the NCAA 20 and 10. And they will take on the 12th seed, the UNC Wilmington Seahawks, from the A-10 Conference with 22 wins. The DePaul Blue Demons enter the field as the number 2 seed from the SEC. This will be their 29th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. They'll be getting ready to face the number 15 seed, the Tennessee Martin Skyhawks. Finished the season with 17 wins. They're the tournament champions from the Big Sky. And now the number 7 seed, the Creighton Blue Jays, come into the tournament on the strength of a third-place finish in their conference regular season and were losers in their first game at their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the Southern Methodist Mustangs, who were 5th in their conference, finishing at 22 and 10. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, with 19 wins. Our number 6 seed is from the SEC. The Missouri Tigers were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Villanova Wildcats, who were semifinalists in their conference tournament, finishing at 20 and 13. Some of the lower seeds in this bracket have the ability to not only compete with the high seeds, but win a few games. The potential for a Cinderella or two in this bracket is definitely there. Clark, give us your take on the tournament's top 16 seeds.
Maybe I haven't agreed with the selection committee every year, but I think they did a great job this time. The top 16 looked just about right to me. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights snuck into the top 16 as probably the weakest of the 4 seeds, and I'd be surprised if they make it to the real Sweet 16.
Now, let's bring the conference picture into focus. The Big East gets 7 teams. The ACC with 6. 5 out of the Big 12. The SEC gets 5 teams. Conference USA with 5. 4 out of the Pac-10.
What a down year for the non-power conference. We're used to seeing at least one of those conferences compete on the level of the power conferences, but not this year.
It's too bad we didn't see more small conference schools in the tournament. None of those conferences got more than 1 team in the tourney. I don't expect any David and Goliath stories out of the teams that did get in.
I'm surprised there were so few bids for the teams in the Mountain West Conference. It was an especially disappointing year for that conference. Usually you can count on a few of the nation's elite teams coming out of there, but this was a season where very few of those teams could maintain any type of positive momentum.
We showed you the bubble teams before. Now that we know who's in and who's out, what do you think of the selections, Clark?
New Mexico Lobos can finally exhale. I don't think there was a lot of doubt that they'd make it, but we've seen good teams get left out before, and you just know this was a nerve-wracking day for this squad.
While they start prepping for their first-round games, 5 teams on the other side of the page will be full-time students again.
The George Washington Colonial can look back at their schedule this year if they're looking for a reason they got snubbed. They played very few difficult teams outside their conference, and the strategy backfired on them.
All right, Clark, now that we know all the teams and matchups, time to get the tournament underway and let the madness take over.
Greg, it's going to be a fantastic tournament. We've got an outstanding field and a lot of sensational players. I guarantee there are some memorable moments soon to come.
For my partner Clark Kellogg and for all of us here in the 2K Sports Studios, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for joining us on the NCAA Selection Show, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. Enjoy all the excitement of the NCAA tournament.